Hello and welcome back. So we are into our second game of the evening. This is a weird day for Counter-Strike, or night if you are in the Oceanic region. So the in-game leader for one of the teams, well, firstly we were delayed because one person got VAC authentication error. Then as he came back, another person got VAC authentication error. Then as he came back, the in-game leader for one of the teams had a power cut and his hard drive exploded or something. So they've had to get a sub for their in-game leader. It's a bit of a mess, but we are due to start a game shortly. Hopefully the guy can come back by, say, half-time, maybe, if he can find some kind of solution. So Moku has left the building and Frost is standing in. Moku's actually a player from which he has some highlights on Inferno as well, so that's going to be a blow to the Animal squad. So from what I hear, Athletico are favoured on CSGO Lounge, etc., but it's Animal Squad which are the perceived stronger team, Athletico having picked up a new team because their previous team was the Chiefs in the previous game. So first frag goes the way of Animal Squad, but they're going to have more people to hold things down from. ofnu and Valkyrie coming in, getting some work done here, leaving only kUMA remaining, but he won't be showing his bear claws today. Frost taking him down. Frost was holding the kit as well. So let's see how Animal Squad can do in a best of 3 where their in-game leader has suffered a power cut. Very interesting times indeed. I like the name Animal Squad. It's a pretty cool name for a team. So we're going to have a nade coming down mid, but it will do minimal damage to Squishy. 3 and 2, A and B respectively here for the CT side. Got the anti-eco guns, the MP7s, the UMP. UMP standing for, I forget what a U stands for, I think it might be like universal or something, but the MP is machine pistol, which sounds kind of cool. It's a machine pistol, guys. Tentative start here from Athletico. They have the pistols on most of the players. 3 of the 5. 60%. But there's literally nothing happening. Now they're moving towards the B-bomb site at least. There is a smoke. But that will just... they can use that time to bunch up. Oh, that's a nice nade, isn't it? Maybe reading what Athletico might have up their sleeve. Their sleeves will be removed by the guns of the Animal Squad. Or the nades even. So you can see Busta's just ready to face. What I like about nades is when they hit a player and you get that sound cue, it gives you an idea of what's going on. It's definitely worth throwing through the smoke. The money being made by the CT side on that eventual push from Athletico. Athletico may be looking to starve the CTs of nades, but with an eco bias, never going to happen. So, no plant for these terrors yet, which means they will have to go for another eco round. All the Athletico side moving in towards A apps. Again, a standard round so far from Athletico. Maybe ofnu playing on a sound cue there, getting a bit of a tag, and he'll move back to a more passive position. He can hold quad from this area as well. Got to be careful though, he needs to connect, he's going to run out of bullets at a bad time. Another standard round. Okay, time for some CSGO, some counter-strikers. By coming out for the Athletico side with no plant, there will be no AWP. Just the 5 AKs with some money in the hole, should it be required later on. Animal Squad, going to have the AWP onto Raz. Frost again with the nade down, that could be a good one. See how close it was to kUMA, but it only did 15 damage. Again, the nades are a bit weird, I do wonder if they will... themselves have an update. Although, you've got to be careful balancing nades. Nice shot there by Raz. Didn't take any damage either. You've got to be careful with nades because you could easily make them OP and nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. Speaking of OP, I did watch a bit of a video earlier in Source, with the Source Deagle. Holy crap if that gun was in this game. I know some sources like, oh yeah, I want the Source Deagle. No, you don't, mate. You say that now, but this is a different game. This is a different landscape, a different climates. And that Deagle has no place in CSGO. If you thought Tech 9 was bad, that would be horrendous. You can see the position from Animal Squad. 2 players on quad, nobody arch. They have the boost position as well. I think this smoke is just to sit in front of truck. Basically, a pit smoke for the approach. But I feel like Athletico would eventually have to breach that smoke. ofnu getting the frag onto kUMA there, but there are more Ts coming in. He doesn't change his position, and he will be punished for it. Valkyrie was holding down the short position. 19 seconds remaining for these Ts to do something. They're focusing their efforts on the pit itself, but Valkyrie with a sneaky position there to take down Gratisfaction. Not even sure if his position was exposed. Gets the next frag onto Animus as well, and Frost will trade onto Inno, who gets Raz. 4-0, so far so good. The AWP purchase will rise again for the CT side. They're going to have the full buy, although... Okay, ofnu will now get his grenades. Athletico with the eco. Good opportunity for Animal Squad to continue to build money. Again, that was an expensive round for them. That nade going to take a fair chunk from Animus. That's going to be a good nade. Or had the potential to be, but Athletico were ready and waiting for those nades, at least the second one, to come in. So minimal damage will be done. Raz is on the B-bomb site now. How many can he get? There's the first one, and Molotov coming down, but he's going to hit the wood. Not sure if that's going to help or not. All the bombs come down in his favor. The CZ comes out, but he's not going to get any frags. The B-bomb site's been lost. The bomb, though, is out of position, and the question is, will it rotate back in time? There's no smoke for these Ts to put down. And you can see they've kind of secured the bomb away from that angle. But the bomb needs to make it onto the site. There is a smoke coming down. Now Animal Squad, unsure as to what's going on. Rotating a player away, but there's a bomb spotted. The bomb was towards Banana as opposed to on the site itself. So that means that the second CT will make his way back. Gratisfaction tried to pick up the bomb and failed. 35 seconds left, though, for him to do something. But Animal Squad, with vision of the bomb, don't need to do much. Just need to watch their backs, and often will do exactly that. Maybe they'll pick up the AWP. Indeed, they will. Valkyrie will grab it for Raz. 5-0, Animal Squad versus Athletico. We saw a 16-1 just now on Inferno in the third map of the previous match. Are we going to see something similar here? It's still early days. Athletico have the buy, and this time they have the AWP onto kUMA. kUMA makes me think of Tekken 2. kUMA the bear. So kUMA's going to take a peek down Banana, but the flash will come in, and he will be forced. His hand will be forced, as they say. Raz taking a nade down to 43 HP. No losses for either side just yet. Nice pop flash with Inu going for the pre-fire. But really, if you're going to go do that pre-fire, I suppose if somebody's kind of rotating maybe from a cart position, you might hit them. But otherwise, you would generally want the pre-fire before the flash. Because there was a bit of delay there, so they're going to look away. Unless they're just taking a precautionary approach and are focusing on control of the map as opposed to the frag in that position. So, that smoke, if his crosshair was lower, it would bounce off the fountain onto the front of the site. Maybe it's going to the other side of the fountain as part of a wall of smokes towards kind of fountain and coils area. We will see. So, there's the first one. Indeed, there is going to be a wall of smokes in front of the site there. We've got the counter molly coming in. Are they going to go for the plant? The bomb's still moving quite late, actually. Sometimes you go for... Come back to that in a bit, actually, as they're trying to contest. I presume there's a smoke down towards truck, and this is the Fnatic play, where they smoke off the front. Indeed it is. They're going to push through the smoke, are the CTs, and the bomb might not get planted here. Trying to plant a barbecue, but ofnu's not having any of that. More Molotovs going down. kUMA gets the plant. Looking for the frag with AWP, unable to find it. ofnu versus Animus now. ofnu is the one with the advantage in construction, and he will take the round for his team, but it will cost them 4 of the 5 players. Now, what I was saying was, I didn't see the smoke going down towards the truck, actually, but with that wall of smokes, often you'll see the terrors plant in the smoke itself. With the wall of smokes at the front of the site and the smoke towards the truck, that is a Fnatic play, which I think Immunity, I want to say, have used before as well, where you take the site via construction as opposed to pushing multiple angles at the front of the site. But you could see it was mildly successful for Athletico. They took the sites. Eventually, The CT survives with one player, so despite it being a 6-0, that was a good round in a loss for Athletico, but they need to continue such pressure, and they will try to do so now. So we've seen variations in the CT play towards A. We've seen two people playing the short area, one boosted. This time they're going to have two over towards arch, with one player playing in the pit, I think, underneath the apps, it seems. You can play on top of the railing on apps, holding an angle, so if anybody pops out of short, they die, and as well as apps. Yeah, he is running shenanigans now. No damage yet taken by the animal squad. You can see Inu or Ono. Well, I mean Inu, obviously. Inu or Inu. Inu would be 2 O's, so I guess Inu. There is a COD player who plays CS called Ono in the UK. In the United Kingdom and Islands. Okay, so you can see Eno bouncing a flash off the ceiling of the map. Frost with a free kill there. Ooh, does he see the player jumping on the cast? I don't think he does. So Athletico with a slow approach, and now it turns into a distraction run from kUMA. We've got a 3-man push towards short. We've got a player lost on the A site, but the player still in pit. That's ofnu. Ofnu is now dead. Molotov has come in, but it's going to do just a bit of harassment there. So 3 versus 2. You can see Raz posting up, waiting for the play to rotate from mid. Although kUMA's going to hold an angle and just hold down short for his team. But to tease with a man advantage, so they can hold it as long as they want. Raz just going to run past the angle, re-peek, get taken down. So Busta left to save here. There's not much else for him to do in this situation with the bomb ticking on short. 3 players versus the one of him. He will get the hell out of Dodge, as they say.
Terrorists win.
All righty who. Athletico finally get their first round on the board. And again, see, they've done good damage in the round prior, only one Animal Squad member surviving, and that's going to cause the Animal Squad to eco, only taking the saved weapon from the previous round through into this one. Valkyrie's gone for armor and a 5-7. Other than that, often has a smoke. Not much else going on, save for some P250s. A stack on the A site is the order of the day. Maybe expecting a potential fast play from Athletico. They're going to put 5 there and then rotate 1 just a spot towards B. So it's going to be the waiting game, and for the CT it's going to be the information game. You can see the pre-fire coming in there from, I think that was ofnu who did that. That's the kind of pre-fire I was talking about towards Banana, where if they do that before the flash, then, you know, if that's an AK, maybe you get a headshot there, if the opposing player is on headshot level. So this is going to be, there's not going to be much to talk about really here until Athletico choose to push a site. There's a smoke coming down for the construction area to smoke it off. Trying to isolate any players that may be playing on the site. So they're going to push through the smoke and indeed numbers onto the site. How successful will it be? Raz getting the shot onto Gratisfaction, traded by Squishy eventually. Now the T's have to just be wary about the other areas. The rotation is coming in from Animal Squad. Will they try and push the site, or will they just try to play for exits? Playing the close corners, looking for the one-taps. It is 4 versus 4. Squishy's taken some damage. Inu is within one-tap distance as well, so this actually could be a little bit doable for the Animal Squad. Not anymore, they're all dead. Terrorists with some momentum now. 2 to the 6 of Animal Squad, only 4 rounds behind. Let's have a look at what kind of buy is coming in from the CTs here. We'll see if they're going to be limited on the nades. Buster is, as is Frost. Valkyrie limited as well. Raz has somewhat of a buy, lacking a helmet and doesn't have full nades either. So you can see the Animal Squad are being stretched. But will Athletico stretch their hide over the parquet floor? That is a nice shot indeed. Raz has left the building. That smoke will be all that separates Athletico from the B bomb site almost. Again, this is a force buy, so we do have rifles in play from the Animal Squad. Although how many shots have yet been fired? Buster has not fired a single bullet yet, and his teammate has already died. That will be a bit of a nuisance. Inu choosing to move forward as opposed to back. Still, that smoke will protect him. So flashbang coming in from a teammate, and Inu is trying to get that second entry towards the B bomb site. The CT buster is in sandbags. It's going to be a 4 versus 1. Surely he can't do this. There goes 1. He gets 2, and there's a player who's rotated to CT just in time. So this is suddenly doable. Still a lurker in mid for the Athletico side. Animus going to get the frag onto Valkyrie, leaving Frost and ofnu. Somewhat isolated from each other, and someone from the B bomb side. Frost with 2 frags has spun it round again. This is going back and forth so fast. Very expensive round for both teams, but who will come out on top? There are 25 seconds left. The bomb is not in the control of Animus. He could get a 2-man spray down almost. Just trying to pre-fire the smoke here. Bomb still hasn't been picked up. Then a Molotov. See if he can use that Molotov to plant for barbecue. And there we go. Frost gets taken down, but he switches to the bomb too fast. Comes back and is still in control, but he has to commit to the plant here. Only 4 seconds left. The plant takes 3.5. ofnu moving back towards CT. Not going to be enough. Animus going to shoot him in the face. An expensive round for both teams. Only 1 of 10 players surviving, but that will favour the T's. How much HP did he have? He had all the HPs. He had the HP source. Sorry. Okay. Animal squad in trouble now, back on the eco. 2 ecos in 3 rounds. Not what you want on a map like Inferno. We're looking at 4 rounds on the board here for Athletico, which is a good start. 4 out of 10 rounds. Pretty good for the T's. Bearing in mind that means no economy for the CTs either. Ooh, close to the second frag there. Squishy with 8 HP. He has 1 digit of health. So the remaining Athletico forces going to combine forces like a Power Ranger in some respects. Ooh, ofnu a bit slow on the trigger there, completely missing a headshot opportunity. But Valkyrie will come in and get a headshot instead. ofnu going to combine and get another one. So Frost versus 2. He's got nothing to lose here, apart from his life, of course. Picks up an AK now. It's going to take him a while to get to the site, but 2 versus 1, I think this is worth going for. He's got an AK as opposed to an M4, so he can get those headshots in. Go, Gadget, Frost. But he needs to identify where these T's are, and he's pretty much given up on winning the round already. Again, you want that early initial frag, otherwise it's going to be too close to an insurmountable task, and indeed he will give up on this. kUMA will save at the back of the site, although he is exposed to the bomb actually. He's just going to... Okay, he will survive nonetheless, 12 HP. And there we go. I want to say normally when you stand in that corner you can't actually physically see the bomb and you survive with more health. So the buy returns for the Animal squad. Now, will they go to 3 ecos in 5 rounds? This is the 4th round of the ones I'm counting. Athletico 2 rounds behind. Oh, I felt that nade. I didn't even see it coming, but I felt it once it deployed the payload. Some pre-fire coming in through the wooden panel behind the car. Sometimes you can find a CT sneaking there. This is almost a nice nade, just touching the lip of the roof there. Despite a CT not being there, that is a devastating nade should a CT choose such a foolish position. So I like the idea. I'm an ideas man. Smoke's coming in towards the bomb site once again, but look at the position of the bomb. Now, what is the play of the T's here? The bomb is nowhere. They're starting to move towards B, maybe trying to identify. They're going to try and boost over the smoke. Oh, that would be completely absurd. But Busta, will he spot it in time? Indeed he will. Haven't seen that play before. Maybe could have done with a flashbang at least. So, just 3 players remaining. Have taken down ofnu in the pit. They need to find a player on the site. They saw that nade come in, but is Animus going to check his close left? Oh, he's going to get a warning, but Valkyrie, that warning will take Gratisfaction as well. kUMA can't get off short in time. Frost already there. 3 versus 1 now. Animus stuck on the site. versus some Musketeers. Will not get the frag onto Animus sorry, onto Busta. Or is it SQD? His name is a mess. Anyway, Animal Squad back to winning ways here, making it 7-4 of Athletico. Really, they need to close this half out strongly, otherwise Athletico could potentially have a strong chance in the second half. For defuse kits, always good to see. ofnu going to buy the grenades late as well. 4 incendiary grenades, and of course 5 smokes on the CT side. kUMA on the AWP, Raz also on the AWP. Has been naded to 70. Just holding the angle towards Boiler, but I don't think he's going to find an engagement from the CT anytime soon. He has indeed changed his position. So we've got 3 T players now creeping up the B bomb site. Good to see support for the AWP. You can go for a crouch peek towards the usual angles, but the Animal Squad are going to have a move back to a more passive position with good timing. And this angle that Raz is holding, the opposite side of it, is a lot more difficult to go for a crouch peek and very unfavourable. So again, 3 players for Athletico just standing around at the moment. Looks like they're going to go for a nade execute again. Again, it's a wall of smokes here. But what is going to be the play on this occasion? Again, the last 2 rounds, they've been tentative in the push. This time, we're going to have somebody just walking through the middle of the smoke. And, he's going to walk backwards into quad. What is he doing? Why would you do that? Backwards into the most common position, maybe on the entire bomb site, where you're going to find a CT. So, advantage Animal Squad. Raz has taken some damage, but he's still alive, and Busta is going to come in. They're just not focusing. Finally, he gets taken down with the AWP, but it's cost Athletico 2 players. 3 versus 3. CT's going for the retake. Animus waiting for the rotation. Will punish SQD for doing so. SQD, sorry, but I think it was Valkyrie over there. And Athletico have wrecked the CT economy. Now the CTs are in trouble because they won a round, and then they lost the following round, which means that their economy is going to be screwed. Athletico could even tie things up here. Difficult times for the Animal Squad. Seems the Animals have got mad cow disease. Budum tish. It's too early for this kind of stuff. Or maybe too late if you're in Oceania. kUMA with the AWP. Animal Squad with the pistols. 3 flashes and a HE. They're playing sandbags and close. Now, the nade you saw in previous rounds, up banana from the T's, would be devastating, potentially, in this round if Busta is to get a bit closer. Now, again, they have 3 flashbangs to the CTs. There's a much better flashbang than that from the same position. He should be aiming his flashbang. If you're standing in the sandbags area, facing the wall like he is, the bottom right corner of the terrace roof, just needs to bounce the flash off that, and it's a much better pop flash than the one he threw. And if you're going to do that, you should have your other player playing towards the car, although with the T's on anti-eco, he's likely to get Molotov naded from that position. But generally speaking, that flash is a superior one. You saw there was a bit of a warning for the T side to look away before that flash came in. No plays lost for Athletico in the 3rd last round of the first half. Frosty is almost top fragging for his team at the moment. At the stand-in. And we'll see if there is an update on the fate of their in-game leader, who will probably be needed for the T half. So Valkyrie going to get the opening bullets to the face here. Athletico with a man advantage, but it's cost him a lot of HP, which obviously they have the man advantage for now, but if those players get tagged later on, then the balance of this round could spin over to Animal Squad in very fast fashion. We'll have to see how this round continues. 1 minute on the clock for Athletico to make a play. And maybe this aggressive positioning from Animal Squad on B is a result of all these executes onto the B bomb site from Athletico. But this time, they're going to have the truck smoke, which I'm not sure if that was supposed to be the smoke that goes into the truck window, or if it was... Let's wait and see. Anyway, ofnu getting 2 frags over to the arch position. Now the flank is coming in from Raz as well. Can he get any work done over there? The bomb's being planted deep into the site. There's a player on apps and a player on short for the T's. The bomb doesn't go down on the first attempt. So now they know there's only one more player to deal with. Busta having the wrong angle into Boiler, and then that is the round for the team. Now, what I was going to say about those smokes is there's a smoke you do pretty much from the same position that lands in the window, so it lands higher on the truck, and that makes it easier for T's to push out of apps towards the pit. Now, that wasn't the play being made by Athletico, but if they were intending to do so, then it takes the focus away from short a little bit more from the Animal Squad. Although that probably leaves a gap at the front of the truck, so it was probably an intentional smoke to just deny the pit completely vision. You heard the message there. Subbing at half-time, so I think the in-game leader is coming back for the T side, which is good for the Animal Squad. The Mag 7 coming in, putting in work. 2 for 2 so far. Standing in the smoke, seems Animus wanted to just enact some mercy for his teammate, shooting kUMA in the back of the head. He was probably going to die to the flames there, but he put him out of his misery. Animus with 1 HP versus 3 in the last round. So, ooh, got 1 at least. And there we go. So we're going to have the sub come in, and then the second half will resume. Although, I think it was Frost who was leaving. Indeed, the sub was leaving, so we'll have a full spectrum of Animal Squad avatars coming your way in mere seconds, people. I'm looking forward to the resumption of the Oceanic League. So this is the second of 2 qualifying matches to see who will go through. Again, guys, make sure you're following the channel. We are closing in on our next giveaway milestone, which will be an AWP Medusa and an Icarus Fell Silenced M4 for our subscribers. And then there will be an open raffle, which everyone can enter, for an M4A4 Poseidon, which may end up being more desired than the Icarus Fell. I do wonder what the price of those things have, because they were, at time of purchase, half the price of the Icarus Fell, but now, who knows, with all this knee-jerk reaction from the M4A4 nerf. M4A1S nerf, excuse me. I'm actually using the Silenced M4 at the moment. Although I am mostly an M4A4 player, I like the aggressive play that can be had with that. But I thought I'd try a change of style before the patch came in, but I'll continue with it until I am satisfied. So map 1 is Inferno. Map 2 is going to be Cobblers. And the final map will be cash between these 2 teams, should it go that far. So Moku returneth for the T pistol. They have a 3-round lead at the moment, the T's. Athletico going for those usual spots where you can be very susceptible to a nice strafe pre-fire. Again, Pika's advantage is real here in CSGO. Moku ready to pop a flash. There will be no popping of mollies in this round, at least from the T side. Gratisfaction has an incendiary though. So we've got a 3-man play, Graveyard and Pits, from the CTs towards A, which is going to be interesting. There's only 1 person towards B, and there's an Animal Squad member in CT spawn, so the rotation is going to be très difficile here for the Oceanic members of Athletico, but they're all going to go banana, so that's worked out in their favour. They may even get a favourable engagement with 1 player still looking towards CT and only 2 on the site. Could get a few 1v1s here with a player in construction. Bastadjan, other ideas traded by Animus. Now it's 3 versus 2, and we should see that flank coming in from CT spawn. Squishy Animus getting those headshots with that silenced USP, and it's just Moku away from the site to try and defend. Got to be careful from that HE coming in as well. And he just needs to run distraction, but the diffuser's coming in. He needs to focus on the diffuser, but it's behind the fountain, and their plant has worked against them, with the last player unable to stop that diffuse from coming in. Advantage Athletico. Ooh, Animus has picked up a Bison. That's actually a fair play. If the T's get a plant round 1 but you win the round on the CT side, then the Bison purchase makes sense because they're unlikely to have armor. So he can rack up a few kills here, especially if the T's go for a fast push. But he needs to be careful of the one-shots. Ideally, he wants to get a bit closer because of the spread of the Bison. Double-edged sword, the Bison. Will it be a plastic fork or will he make it Excalibur? Now I think of it, I believe all Bisons should be named Excalibur. Very apt. So Valkyrie keeping doubt in the mind of Athletico over towards the B-bomb site. kUMA will be holding down Arch. So the Bison is yet to make an appearance. Although now there is an opportunity. Animus coming to revenge his friend. Maybe he will pick up the MP7. There we go. The Bison comes in. The blat. He will keep it for now. More opportunities. Actually, no, there isn't an opportunity because the AKs are coming out, of course. So we should see some upgrades here from the CTs. AWP straight on to kUMA. No messing around here from the CTs. 1 round down at the moment. And they're going for the big buy. Animal Squad, of course, going to go straight for the pressure buy of those AK-47s. Let's see what their in-game leader, Moku, has in store. 4 smokes on the T side, actually, so maybe they're going for some semblance of an execute towards one of these sites. Early smoke into apartments. Athletico not going to go for an aggressive play there. Double short play from the CT side. Nobody towards Arch, but they are starting to move their players around. kUMA with Diop going to Library now. Library's a good spot. Let's just quickly note that Banana is fully in control of Athletico with 1 player at the top, 1 player at the bottom, positioned behind the pillar to avoid being sprayed down by the likes of Valkyrie. And again, the Library position is good for Diop. There is like a chest of drawers on there which you can stand on top of. So if somebody tries to pre-fire you, you will get shot in the leg. I think that's where kUMA is as well. It is a very sneaky spot for AWPers in the Library position. It's a strong one, too. So, Animal Squad may be committed to the site. They still have a bit of time to rotate, but the passive position of their Banana player says otherwise. So, shock and awe may be the order of the day here. Shoulder peek comes in from Moku, and that smoke has gone down in Library. There goes the flash as well. Maybe expecting the play from the CT with this much time left. Now, what can this AWP do? I think there might be a bit of a gap for him to work with. Animus and Squishy getting frags, holding down the short area. The bomb nose coming through Arch and is almost on the site. But 3 seconds left and the round is now over. Not enough time to plant the bomb. Raz just trying to survive here. Doesn't want to die after time, but that's exactly what will happen. Meaning he has no loss bonus going into round 19. 9-9 Animal Squad. Facing a tie at the moment and a lack of money. So Athletico 2 over towards Arch, so there's support for the AWPer in case the numbers come in. Again, that's supported from an M4A4, which will have more utility in this situation over a silenced M4. And that help might even be needed, as you can see. The numbers, they heard the AWP and they're running to it. They're attracted to it. Oh, like flies to a light. Animus has done enough damage, I think. 2 players lost now with an AWP picked up by Raz. He's going to jump, but he's not going to get the shot onto, miss the second one as well. There was good potential for Raz actually to do some significant damage there, but Athletico will take the lead over Animal Squad. Are they going to start to get worried here? They are apparently the favoured side on paper, not necessarily on CSGO Lounge, but they should be the stronger side with the players they have. Full buy for both teams. Raz, though, down to a Galil. And again, we're seeing mix-ups in the approach from the CT side in the second half as well. This time we have the AWP into apartments. Oh, somehow missed the shot. Must have been still moving across. It was dead on the head of ofnu there. Unfortunate for kUMA. And that will be a big weakness. Not only is the AWP down, but they've lost a player early with lots of time for Animal Squad to capitalize on it. And Athletico towards A will be stretched now. You can see they wanted to maybe play a site pit setup should Animal Squad move fast on that play. But because they haven't, then Athletico have to be aware of the arch area as well, which is painful for the CT side. Valkyrie lining up maybe for some kind of execute, but it may not come yet. But with the positioning of all these Ts, indeed, it is going to come. So they're smoking off the pit position where Squishy was. He's going to have to move. And we've got 3 players more or less on the site. Animal Squad may not expect this. There's another player going down. They've gone for this sneaky plant, the kind of desperation plant, which is a bit tricky to defend, but also tricky to defuse. Raz trying to hold an angle here, but his teammate Moku's got all of 1 HP. He can defend this from Apps, but Apps is being covered at the moment. Again, he's got 1 HP. There's next to nothing he can do here. He, at this point, should just run away if he can. He makes it past the angle. 1 HP, he will escape and save his weaponry for the following round. Pause coming in from the CT here. We will see why. Oh, there is some lag, it seems. So, we can see... Again, ignore Moku's score because he came in at half-time, so it's not really relevant. He's only got 1 kill on the board at the moment. In other news, Animus is up there with 26 kills for his team. Almost more than double of anybody on the Animal Squad. Animal Squad now 2 rounds behind. They will have another bye for this round. But they can't allow Athletico to get the momentum that Athletico are looking for. They need to make sure these rounds are expensive. Look at the money left on Athletico. Too much for Animal Squads to be happy with. Seems we are ready to resume. Okay, here we go. Let's see if the CTs can capitalize on their 2-round advantage and extend it yet further. Again, this is the first map of a best of 3 here. Almost taking off the belt of that player. Next map is Cobblestone, followed by Cash, should it be required. Inferno was the pick of Animal Squad. Ooh, shoulder peaks coming up, and Gratisfaction will go down to Valkyrie. On the banana area, Animus lost as well. So far, so good for Moku's team. Ooh, just jumps around the corner, and Squishy gets it in the face and finds out that bullets are indeed not so squishy. kUMA with a good frag, but is it going to be enough? The bomb is being planted in the standard spot. Now let the games begin. We have Inno moving back up banana towards CT spawn, and he finds himself the only one remaining. kUMA has left the building. We'll see if the Ts opt to pick up the AWP and how they will utilize it should they decide to do so. But it seems they may go for the hunt, actually, as they have 2 players now in CT spawn. Maybe just in case they're looking for the CT to look for the AWP. As you can see, they're fairly solitary, not really moving much. Sedentary, you might say, in CT spawn. 3rd player joining in, and indeed, Raz will go for the AWP. So we'll see how it changes things. Are we going to see some nice crouch peeks up top mid? Bye for both teams. Animal Squad closing the gap somewhat. Now again, I want to see how they're using Raz. Raz is looking towards Banana at the moment, presumably to the left of Car based on his position on the minimap. There's a position you can hold from second logs as well with an AK, where it's often an easy headshot should the CTs overextend. You can see the position being held by kUMA in the arch area. Ooh, that's a bit of a sneaky one there, using the darkness of the door to his favour. However, it won't be favourable. He will be taking out Animus to take down Valkyrie and keep control of Arch for all of maybe 2 seconds. The T's have lost a player on Banana as the pushes come in from Athletico, but the CTs have lost CT spawn entirely. 3 players there for the T's. Alarm bells surely being raised now as Squishy is still in the pits. And all the T's are over towards the B bomb site. Getting taken down. Gratisfaction pushing through the smoke. Do they realize they're colliding? I don't think they have any idea that they've passed each other. Moku, though, may have the jump. He'll see the gun under shadow, and he will find himself the frag, evening things to 2 versus 2. Animus, though, is already in an advanced position in construction. Squishy with a nice tag, but no frag. Moku taking him down. Animus, location unknown, to see if he can clutch. ofnu holding the angle. ofnu will finish off the job, and Animal Squad tie things 11-11. Finally, Athletico find themselves on the eco, and this is not the time for the CTs to be ecoing, although there are still opportunities, there's still possibilities. Animal Squad require 5 rounds to take map 1, so it could be worse, but it could also be better in terms of when they eco, not the eco itself. And it is a pretty basic crap eco. They've got 3 P250s, and that's it. Not much going on in Athletico town. They have stacked the A bomb site basically with 5 people, slow rotation from the last away from the B bomb site. And I'm curious to see, I mean, look how deep the players are on short before B is really being investigated by the other 2 players. They need to identify that there are no CTs in this position before they walk into the stack. And I think they are starting to realize that. Need to move fast now, losing 2 players towards A, as the rest of the Animal Squad push towards B. And these Athletico players, they've picked up 2 AKs, but they're going to come charging towards them. Maybe if Animus and Gratisfaction go down, they will opt to save the AKs. Let's see how it goes. Animus coming in from Banana with 2 players in tow. And it seems that, oh, he is really deep. But there is a bit of apprehension. The other 3 players just waiting behind that smoke, flame, sorry. And there we go. That might put a stop to it. Indeed it will. They're going to save the 2 AKs there. As at this point, it doesn't make sense for them to continue the push. They've got $6,500 of equipment being carried. Animus out of bullets will just try and keep as many players on the site as possible. And indeed, all the Animal Squad players will die at the end of that round. So that was well done by him. So Animal Squad take the lead, but at what cost? At the cost of a full rebuy for the entire team. AWP returns to kUMA. 2 AK saved from the previous round. 2 M4s come in. Reasonable nades will be afforded following the save of those 2 AKs. kUMA holding an angle. kUMA finding a frag. Very nice play by him indeed. Animal Squad too late to find a trade there. You can see Animus is coming in for support as well. Early advantage for the CTs, and now kUMA can go back to the library position and stand on top of that chest of drawers and hold that sneaky spot, which will help. Now he's lost half his life as well. So nice team play there, just molotoving off the sneaky spot with a player holding the angle for any spray downs. Ooh, had a wide peek from ofnu, expecting someone to maybe be in Graveyard, but Graveyard is still a very difficult position to identify an enemy in a fast period of time. So he will lose the duel. You can see the T's now rotating with the remaining players back towards the A bomb site, which is better than we saw on previous maps of the last match. We'll come back to that in a bit. The trades coming in, very important trades coming in there. But there's still one more CT to deal with here. And that is Gratisfaction in the back of the site. Down go the remaining players. Athletico back in the mix. Evening it up again. The buy should... Oh, actually no. Valkyrie's got 1,500. I thought that was a lot more. So it may well not come out. I think that it will be the deciding factor. If he had 4K as well, I think the buy maybe comes out from Animal Squad, but this is an opportunity for Athletico to take the lead once again. But what I was going to say is it was good play with limited numbers by Animal Squad. On Cash, for example, on the previous match we saw lots of unfavourable 1v1s when a team was down to low numbers, but here they are using those numbers effectively to trade, to try and get bomb plants. On this occasion, though, things not looking great. Only 3 players left, only pistols and 2 smokes. Could go for a wall of smokes in front of the site and try a desperation plant, but you can see one's going down on CT already. The counter smoke coming in from the CTs, but the bomb's going to push forward anyway. Raz and teammates trying to find the player who was first oranges and is now in the emo position, but it's not to be. No frags for Animal Squad. Athletico in the lead once more. Three-man push from the CTs towards the banana area, but there's not going to be hyper-aggression here. It's Valkyrie with the most advanced position on banana, and he only has a Tech 9 to play with. Now the CT starting to move down. Will they check the tree position? Probably. You can see Gratisfaction, excuse me, holding the angle, and he will find the penetration kill onto Valkyrie, and the CTs will move back to more passive positions. Only a Tech 9 and 1 personnel lost by Animal Squad there. All the 4 AKs are indeed still in play. Taking control of Apps have the T's, forcing the CTs back. You can see we've got 1 CT playing on almost speedway at the moment, presumably using... There is a pillar where his position is, so I'm assuming he's trying to hide most of his body behind that, so he has reasonable coverage, and there it is. You can see him, that's kUMA, trying to hide his body behind the structure there while he can AWP any T's coming in his direction, and here we go. They're going to jump past. Oh, he's going to find a second peeker though, and fire a warning shot off. That's going to find himself another frag onto Busta. His team will know that 1 has passed, and 1 shall fall from the balcony. Raz, the only man standing now with the bomb, but what does that mean when you have 5 CTs to contend with? Maybe not much. Animal Squad look like they might lose the first map of this best of 3 here, as there is no economical damage done to the CT side. Making the money when they need it are Athletico. Standard setup from the CT side. Animal Squad has gone for the force buy here. Raz leading the charge with an AK, and then they have 4 Tech 9s. And this is a round they really need to win for their own economy, never mind the fact that Athletico would be on game points. Animal Squad, though, only 2 rounds behind, only 3 should Athletico get there, so definitely all still doable, subject to money and winning duels. Trying to find out where the CTs are playing, just a bit of poking there, bit of pre-fire. Again, Animal Squad in a position where they can make minimal mistakes. 2 top mids on A here for Animal Squad, but again, they're not going to have the range on their guns because Raz is facing towards the B bomb site. We're seeing a rotation as well into construction from the second CT, getting the Molotov down, trying to ruin any timing. With 20 seconds left, they have to factor it being a B rush, but somehow the 2 players on Arch have made it through into CT spawn. 1 has been lost, but now it's going to be a 4-man push with 1 player lost for the CTs on the B bomb site. The Gratisfaction holding things down really, really well, and the bomb has to be planted now, otherwise it's going to be too late. I don't think he's got time to get the bomb down here. And indeed, he hasn't. Athletico take the 15th round. He was maybe half a second too late. So, Athletico with 3 game points. Animal Squad actually eking out a better buy on this occasion than the last. Maybe some gun save from the previous round. So, looks like it could be a fast play. Loads of T's snaking towards the bomb site. But the bomb's being kept by 3 for some reason. With the rest of the team committing to the site, they will win the duel. Athletico going to get the plant in. Still kUMA just holding an angle at the bottom of mid with the AWP, and his 2 teammates are coming in from the CT side. So that B banana push, sorry, with the AWP, it's going to be a bit tricky, but if his teammates can lessen the numbers, then it could go in their way. But kUMA committing to a site peek, not going to happen for him. Moku with 2 frags. Animal Squad not out of it just yet. Clock is still ticking. Getting impossible for Squishy, made more impossible by the fact that he is now dead. Alright, so now Animal Squad. Now we see a good buy for both sides. Animal Squad, difference is they all have primary guns and lots of grenades. Athletico obviously have strung a number of rounds together, so their normal buys will continue. kUMA holding the AWP on the arch position now. No engagements being made just yet. We've seen him get a frag from this position already. Are the T's going to go back to it? Bit of shoulder peeking there. Information has been found, and Valkyrie gets a frag onto Gratisfaction towards B. Will we see a rotation from one of the Athletico players? It seems kUMA is headed in that direction, as are Animal Squad, with a lurker at top A. Athletico now don't have any information top A, because they've had to rotate one of the 2 players. The other one has no support, so he's forced to play back to try and get a crossfire maybe with the pit player. These are the sacrifices that CTs have to make once a pick has been made by the Ts. So it's going to be a 4-man squish into the B bomb site, but there are 2 people ready to play with. Animus is going to get taken down while trying to rotate by Moku, but can he get there fast enough? Inu and kUMA holding things down so far. Inu is finally going down. kUMA trying to get a frag. Oh, he had a good opportunity to get one there. He's still alive though, moving back to a more passive position, trying to combine guns with his teammate, but Moku with the flank is going to take him down. Squishy versus 3 is going to have to save, which means Animal Squad are playing for overtime now. They have a diamond on the site itself. Next round they will have a pentagon. Looking at the kills there, Animus has done so much work, so has kUMA. But they're not over the line just yet, Athletico. Again, they were favoured in skins, but a general perception seems to be that Animal Squad should, at least, be the superior team. Obviously, a difficult start not having their in-game leader for their entire CT half here, after he put his hard drive in a toaster. So, we will see if the Animal Squad can get things done. Raz back onto the AWP again. What is going to be the last full buy of normal time for the CTs coming out as well, which means up onto kUMA. kUMA this time goes towards B with support from 2 CTs. They'll get a fast pick onto Valkyrie here, which will slow down the advance of Animal Squad. You can see nobody delving into Banana yet. But again, the CTs already have passive positions towards A. Playing the pit and site crossfire with kUMA now in the apps area. Surely Moku will not be expecting a CT to be in library here. Is he going to pay the maximum price? I'm pretty sure he saw kUMA there. They can opt to throw a smoke down into the library area. They don't need to go for a re-peek again. If they try and flash it from up here, it's not going to do much because he's so far away. Unless a flash comes in like that, further down. But you can see kUMA still holding the angle. There is a smoke in there as well, but it's not getting the job done. Neither has he. And the push will start now on short and long here from Animal Squad. And again, we have the pit site crossfire from the CTs, which is going to be hard to deal with. But down goes the pit, making things a little bit easier. You can see the T's moving into the pit position now. Bit of a team wound coming in there. Animal Squad losing their minds. 4 versus 2, standard plant coming in. And Athletico have no choice. They must go for this. There are no smokes left, otherwise they could smoke off the pit position from that bit of a connector into Arch. However, that's not an option for them. Gratisfaction, no choice but to run fast, and he will manage to take down Raz, who misses the shot. 2 versus 2 now. Clock is ticking. No more nades left for the T side. And there we go. Some flashbangs, an AK, a Molotov, and we are headed for overtime. This map is not over yet. Goodbye to Busta. Okay, so we start 5 rounds on both sides. AWP for both teams. This is generally regarded as MR5. The actual correct term would be MR10 because it stands for max rounds, and in this scenario you'd put it to max rounds 10, which means 5 per half. You can thank Dan for that, being a massive nerd. So Animal Squad now with a 2-man advantage. 2 players lost towards the A site. Squishy's going to play apps. He can try and defend quad from here as well. He might not want to shoot the first person he sees on short, should such a situation arise, so as not to give away his position without capitalizing on it to the max he can. However, his position has been revealed, taking down the apps lurker. 3 towards Arch, and I think they might send Valkyrie now into the apps, which could be an unexpected play here. Is it going to pay off though? ofnu coming in for the flank, taking down Inno. That's going to bring the attention of Squishy towards the Arch position. You can see he's now underneath the short player, and indeed he will be punished by Valkyrie, the second lurker through apps, with the distraction made over towards Arch. Exactly how it should play out in that situation for the T's. They take the first round to Animal Squad. Cold coffee is an acquired taste, I must say. Raz and kUMA on the AWP again. You can afford yourself a few full buys in an MR5 situation, but if you lose every round, especially on the CT side, then those buys might run out. So they've got to be careful with the AWP here. That's a good start. Taking down a jumping ofnu in the apartments. And now kUMA can opt to reposition anywhere on the map. Moving over towards Arch is what he will do, trying to keep the AWP in a surprise position, because you're going to peek maybe a rifler a little bit differently to how you peek an AWPer, but that is a fantastic peek by Raz, taking down kUMA towards Arch. 4 versus 4 now, over a minute on the clock for Animal Squad to let the dogs out, so to speak. 2 players towards Arch for Athletico, potential double peek possible. Although peeking from the Arch itself may be a problem, because that could mean a 1v1 for a terrorist. The angle is more acute than versus the player who is now playing on site. That is Animus. Jumping up on the box, taking down Moku. 3 versus 3 now. But the B bomb site has been identified and cleared by the Animal Squad, and the rotation could not come fast enough from the T's. Seems like it was a little bit delayed though. Just a bit of pre-fire through that smoke just in case there are some shenanigans. We'll raise the alarm about the bomb being planted. It's going to be a long rotation for Squishy. What do Inno and Animus do in the meantime? That smoke will soon be gone, and they'll be facing down the barrel of Raz's AWP. Raz spots one towards the pool area, but he's looking for the second one. Misses the shot, however, and the second shot, excuse me, on the third player. Molotov coming in, and again, it's down to him to run distraction, trading onto Inno, 2 versus 2, and a bomb's not going to get defused in this particular round. Raz has wasted enough time, as have his teammates. Can the CTs even escape? Looks unlikely. Everyone is going to die. Animal Squad keep the overtime clean sheet at least. Winner, winner, chicken dinner, if you can catch them on Inferno. And again, we mentioned the buys of the CTs. That's 2 for 2. They've lost now where the entire team has been wiped out. And that will be the end of the AWPs, at least for now. Going to have to go for the conservative buy. There are still 3 rounds to come. Animus on the 30 bomb now, but it's not enough. They're 2 rounds behind. Smoke's being thrown all over the map. People trying to waste as much time as possible for varying reasons. kUMA is just waiting for a T to walk into the bear trap, into the bear pit. Animal Squad fairly static for the most part. Just Moku coming in, asking questions, being flashed, jumping in the corner, trying to avoid dying. No support for the player trying to kill him. He would eventually come out and just shoot kUMA in the head. Did kUMA stay there too long? Surely you would bank on him making the frag there, but his failure to frag has meant Moku has taken down 2 CT players here. Push coming into B, and Athletico have been dismantled. They've been pulled limb from limb. And again, because of the money they've lost in the previous rounds, do they even go for the save here, or what's the situation? Squishy over towards A. Just holding an angle there, sitting there, biding his time. While the T's just relax. Chilling like villains. Squishy hasn't moved an inch. I'm almost starting to wonder if he's AFK or something.
Terrorists win.
Yeah, I'm wondering what the deal is there. I don't know if he was trying to react to that, or it seems he was. The problem is if you hold an angle like that dead still for so long, it's really hard to retain your concentration, and then that can happen. So Animal Squad 3 for 3 now in this overtime. 18 to the 15 rounds of Athletico. Caught with a nade out, kUMA goes down. Again, the standard play from Animal Squad, clearing out everything, being very meticulous, very careful. Again, the bomb in a passive position with Raz. And so, Animal Squad have cleaned out the A-bomb site. So, Athletico are in another situation where they need to save. And this time they have a FAMAS in tow, which shows you how bad their money is getting. The hunt starts towards the B-bomb site. The net is closing, but how far will it close? Will it choke these players, or will they escape? Molotov onto New Box, but they are, sorry, not New Box, First Oranges, but they are behind New Box and Emo, as we call them in the UK. Emo because it's a dark spot and you can stand in a corner. They managed to survive. Last round of the first half, and it is 4-0 here for Animal Squad, looking really good to take map 1. So this time from the CTs we have a 3-man arch presence, but Moku and Valkyrie with super early frags. Raz getting one as well, so is ofnu, and that is one of the fastest Inferno rounds I've seen in recent memory. 20 to 15, Animal Squad have 5 match points. 5. Sank. Cans. All my other languages fail me. I'm learning to count in Russian, but I haven't even properly started yet. Apparently it's FUNF according to producer Reece. In what? Oh, it's German. Oh, you could have told me that in the beginning. It just sounded a bit weird for Russian anyway. FUNF is 5. I accidentally learned the word for arse in Russian the other day. I'm not going to tell you what it is. So, full buy for both teams. Animal Squads versus Athletico. Map 1. Map 2 is Cobblers. Ah, that's silent running from GoTV. Bit of levitation there, some Houdini business. Are we going to see a peek? We're not going to see one just yet. So, standard play here from the CT side. 3 to A, 2 to B. They've got people headed their way in Banana, led by Squishy for the time being. kUMA is on the AWP as well, but he is still looking up mid for now. So there's a good spread here from Athletico. Mid is covered. 2 focusing on second apps in case of aggression from the CTs, etc. You don't want to get shot in mid from balcony. You need to have people in the second mid to ensure that. And again, with a good spawn, Animal Squad could make it all the way through CT apps before T's get even around the corner. So with about 45 seconds left, Animal Squad start to move into more passive positions. Normally, with this much time or less, you would expect a B push. Ooh, kUMA though is ready for his own tricks there. Standing on the table is Raz, but kUMA has the pre-fire, and here comes the push from the T. He's going to lose the bomb carry. That's going to be the picture of the bomb on the radar. Full rotation coming in. 3 versus 3 though. Valkyrie trying to do more. He's going to get another bomb planter and another one. Only Animus save it for his team. Otherwise, we are going to map 2. Oh, he's brought it back to a 1 versus 1. He could keep his team in it, but they're going to run out of time. What a way to lose the first map. There are the GGs. 21 rounds to Animal Squad over the 15 of their opponents. So that was Inferno. Our next map is going to be Cobblestone in this best of 3, and the winner of this best of 3, of course, goes through to the FACEIT League Oceania. So bear with us, guys. We will be back in a few minutes with the second map of this best of 3.